Hi everyone, how are you? I'm back. It's Cheryl with cardsbycheryl.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Woodinville, Washington. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. And welcome back for all my other viewers. Thanks for coming back. Today I have to announce the winner from the last video I did, which was 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to do it last week and I didn't get to it, but I'm getting to it today. So if you were a commenter on my last video, you were eligible to be chosen for a prize, and that prize is one of these stamp chamois that I showed in the last video. It comes with a case. It's a very nice stamp chamois and it's flexible, and I love it. It's what I use. And then one of these stamp sets that are celebration stamp sets that I have duplicates of. So Tracy, your options are the Driving By, Perfect Pomegranate. This is a distinct stamp set. I love it. It's beautiful. Also distinct Wonderful World, Chasing Butterflies. And then this one, the Hippest Hippos, that comes with a coordinating die set with it as well. So any of these you are welcome to choose from. Just shoot me an email, Tracy, Cheryl at cardsbycheryl.com, and let me know which of these you'd like. And then you can share your address with me and I will get it in the mail to you. Okay, so that's that. The other thing I just wanted to talk about for just a second is the... I think that there's a barrier right now to potentially new people who want to be card makers but are a little bit hesitant because they tend to see some really beautiful, over the top, and I mean that in a nice way, cards that have been handmade by other demonstrators or other just avid crafters, and they are hesitant to make the investment because to do some of those really advanced cards, you do need a die cutter, you need embossing powders and a heat tool, all those things like that. And so it can be very overwhelming and a bit expensive if you want to get started right out of the gate like that. So at Stampin' Up! We have 3 different levels of card makers that we classify them. It's the casual card maker, the avid card maker is kind of like mid-level, and then there's the artfully avid, which are the advanced cards that are multi-layers and multi-dimensional, maybe fun folds, things like that. I am probably an artfully avid card maker. Mine tend to be several layers and lots of components and things like that. And that's just what I enjoy doing. But I wanted to say that I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on helping those of you out there who want to become or want to get into this craft, who are don't want to spend $300 getting started, but the casual card maker can make some beautiful cards very simply and very inexpensive. So today we're going to be talking about a card kit that's available, but I just wanted to kind of maybe, if you have any thoughts on it, give me some feedback in the comment section. Let me know. Are you an avid card maker, or, are you kind of an intermediate level, or are you beginner, a newbie, or, maybe you're artfully avid, but you also love making simple cards and, getting some cards out super fast and would like to see some very simple designs, but pretty. So, that being said, there's a package of paper available right now called the Fresh as a Daisy Suite. I'm going to actually put my camera down on my desk so that you can see what I'm talking about. Straighten that out a bit. Get the keyboard out of the way. So this is the Fresh as a Daisy. Oh, why am I upside down? Hold, please. Okay, that's better. So this is a brand new paper set called Fresh as a Daisy. It comes out as a bundle with the cute daisies stamp set. Cheerful daisies is what it's called. And it looks like this. It comes with dies, some fun dies that you can use to cut out with, and then it's a photopolymer stamp set. So This was a bundle that all came together, but what I wanted to kind of show you is this paper is so pretty, and you can do, and it also showcases some of our in colors. There is 2 pages of this paper that you can cut apart and make instant cards. This sheet right here. So what I did was I cut all of these pieces up into their own individual squares. And all you do is you use them as card fronts. So I'm going to show you some examples. And this goes to what I was just talking about, being the casual crafter and not having a ton of supplies and not having a ton of tools. You don't need that. So for example, here's one I made, wishing you the brightest birthday. This is from the stamp set. This is not a die cut. This is just a piece of white cardstock trimmed down to probably a 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. And then, so everything on here is cut with just a trimmer. There's no die cutting involved or anything like that. I added a little twine and 2 little embellishments. And look, isn't that a pretty card? It took me like 5 minutes to make this. I didn't even decorate the inside yet. But so that's from this sheet of paper right here, this guy. So here's another one I did. Now this one I did use a die for that, and I used some ribbon and dimensionals to pop it up. But for the most part, this is this piece right here to make this card. And I used the copper clay cardstock, which is one of the new in colors. And you can get a pack of in color, a variety pack of the new in colors. Instead of having to buy one full ream of each color. I hope I'm not making that up. Let me just double check. Let me just double check. I don't want to be wrong. By the way, if anybody needs a catalog out there, I have a whole stash of them that just showed up. So if you're interested, shoot me an email, Cheryl@cardsbycheryl.com, and I will send you one free of charge. So let's see. Here it is. The color collection, 8.5 by 11 cardstock assortments. It's $10. You get 20 sheets. You get 2 of each color. So that's a really great economical way, and it's only how much is it? Oh, $10 each. Duh, I just said that. So $10, and you get to try out the entire in color collection, which is these colors right here. These are the new 23 to 25 in colors, which I love because I'm kind of a fall person, so that's my jam. But so here's another example of doing a card that was so simple. If you don't have this die or an oval die, you could use a circle punch, or you could just cut a square. It wouldn't have to be an oval, but super easy. And then look at the inside. I just took stamps from the set, wherever I just put it. Where did I just put it? Good grief, Cheryl. Oh, there it is. So that's this stamp right here. And I just stamped it once and then stamped it off again. So just a little touch really enhances the card and makes it really unique and beautiful. So there's another example. Here's one. Now we're getting more into the avid or the artfully avid crafter. But basically I took this piece, which is this guy right here. I cut it into thirds, added a ribbon. Now these I did die cut from the set. So that's this die here. But all of these smaller dies fit through the mini Stampin' Cut machine, the mini die cutter, the baby one. So you don't need, and that's only $66. I shouldn't say only. It's $66, but it's a mini, and it is super handy for all the little small dies. Now you can't run a background die through it or things like that, but if you're just beginning and starting out, the mini die cutting machine works great for these small floral pieces. Okay, so that's this card, and I just added some metallic dots to it. And for the inside, I just put in a white base. Left it nice, clean, and simple. And then the last one I wanted to show you is my least favorite. I struggled with this one because I wanted to kind of make it look like there was daisies in the foreground against a kind of a field background with blue sky. I like it. It's okay. I'm not going to pitch it, but it's not my favorite. And I just embellished the centers with some dots. And then this is just a tone-on-tone white daisy that I die cut in a piece of the Azure Afternoon, which is this color. That's also another in color. So I'm going to be focusing, oh, and I didn't finish this card, but, you know, like this piece was cut here, and I used a die cut border edge to do this, but you wouldn't have to do that. You could just cut it. It was, just leave it square like it was. Throw this on the front of a white card base. You could either do it landscape or portrait, and add your sentiment at the bottom, and you'd have a great card. So lots of easy squeezy things to make with beautiful papers, and you don't need a lot of other tools. So I'm going to do maybe a series of cards like that hopefully soon. I have a lot of travel coming up, which is a bummer because I'm really enjoying my now that I got through all my taxes and got that out of the way, and I just feel like I'm a little bit more freed up to spend some time on some projects, but now I'm getting on the road again Saturday, so I'll be back though. I won't be doing any videos for about a month because I'm going to be on the road. Who knows, maybe I'll do some kits along the way, but speaking of kits, let's talk about the this kit right here, which I just got. I haven't even opened yet. So the kits are a great way for also brand new stampers who are just maybe kind of getting their feet wet with it. If you don't have a lot of materials, the kits are great because it comes with everything you need. Comes with an ink spot. This particular kit has a stamp set with it, a clear block. Let's just cut into it here. It's got the twine, cards, and envelopes, so it's like a paper pumpkin, but with paper pumpkin, you don't know what you get until you get it. With these, they're fully disclosed, and you can see the samples and everything before you order it. So these are very easy cards to make. They're not complicated usually, and on top of it, they have full instruction sheets that go with it. So, gosh darn it. Plastic. Okay. So this particular kit is not the one I thought I was going to make, but I forgot about this one. This is the Friends Forever kit. And it's got some 1, 2, 3, 4. So it makes 8 cards. Those are instructions we'll get into in a second. And then it comes with all of these components. So these got these beautiful envelopes that have metallic green finish on them. And then these are the adhesives that you use to put everything together. Oh, cute. I'm a total polka dot person. 4 yellow polka dot cards. Card bases, I should say. And then 4 of the metallic green. And so the colors, coordinating colors for this kit is Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Night of Navy, Old Olive, and Petal Pink. Okay, so these are the 2 cards. We're just going to make one of each. And sometimes I mix things up a little bit, but if I'm going to follow my own thing about being a casual crafter, then I may just keep them simple as designed. So I'm going to start by opening up the instructions. And so you can see they're full color. There's not a lot of words, so you just kind of have to follow along in terms of the steps that they want you to take. And so let's go ahead and we're going to do card number 1 first, which is this one. So if we're setting ourselves up for success, what you want to do is make sure you have all your parts and pieces that you need for this particular card at the ready. So we are going to use, looks like we're going to use this base and we're going to stamp on it. And then we're going to use the polka dot base. And then it looks like they want you to use one of the sentiment strips. Like this. And then there's twine. They want you to cut 10 inches of twine. And it looks like they want one of these too. Okay. So now I have all of my parts and pieces for this first card. Let's move everything out of the way here so it's clean. I feel like I want to put a white sheet down to I feel like it's going to be a nicer backdrop for you. There we go. Okay, so this calls for Night of Navy, which I'm going to use my full-size ink pad. But again, these are perfectly fine too. So the first thing they want you to do is to load the flower stamp, this guy, up onto your clear block. And this is the clear block that comes with the kit. So the way I load up a stamp is I put it face down and then I just grab my block and I press on it so that it's adhered to it. Then we are going to ink up. So if you see from this photo, this is saying ink up your flower, and then it wants you to stamp on top of this piece so that you add detail to the flowers on this card component. So we're going to do that. And that's also a good reason to have paper behind it, because you're going to run off the edge here and ink would get onto your work surface. So if you have, you can use the chipboard that comes with the kit. And it also provides a little bit of cushion for you because there's photopolymer stamps. We've got a gray hair. The old gray mare with old gray hair stuck in there. I shed worse than a cat does, I swear. So the chipboard gives you some cushion when you're using the clear photopolymer stamps. And it also gives you the ability to see where you're stamping. So whereas the red rubber, you can't see where you're stamping. So these allow you to do that. And I think, are these going to line up? You have to kind of rotate, twist a little bit till you get, I have a feeling this long leg. There it is. Okay. So this little guy, this longer, more pointy stem, I matched up with this. So we're going to just hover. And by hover, I really do have to hover, get over the top of it. So I'm looking straight down through the clear image over the yellow. And it's okay if it's not perfect, but if you don't get right on top of it, it's a little more difficult. Let's see how that did. Yeah, beautiful. It's kind of, oops, got a flowy, artsy feel to it. So if you're not exact on it, it's okay. So now we're going to do the same thing on this one. Let me pull it forward here for a second. Hover over, get as close as you can to the paper without touching it, and make sure you're lined up. And then press down firmly. So there. I'm going to do that. Let's see. Looks like it's going to go like that. And then twist it around. It's kind of a puzzle. You just keep doing this until you've got all of your flowers inked. there, and we've got a couple little guys down here. And then we have this little guy right there. Okay, so see how easy that was? Do not need to be an artist or a pro. Super easy. Okay, clean off your block. Then it wants us to stamp the sentiment next. You can't see that. So the next step is put this sentiment onto the clear block and stamp it onto the sentiment strip that they provided. So that's there, and you can choose this one. One says Forever Friends, the other one says Sending Lots of Hugs. So I'm going to do Sending Lots of Hugs, just like the example shows. I'm going to take this off and put this on. And notice I did this at a diagonal like that, because if you do it just straight like this, it tends to, how do I say this? When you have it on the block straight, if you don't have it perfectly straight, but you think it's perfectly straight, you're going to line up your block straight, and then your sentiment's going to be crooked. So I always put my sentiments kind of wonky so that I'm lining up the sentiment and not the block, if that makes sense. Okay, so just tap lightly, line that up, try not to rock, and sending lots of hugs. Okay, so we're done with the stamping. So we can close that up for now so I don't get more. I went and got my nails done yesterday, and I was in my craft room earlier, and I had brown ink. I think it was the pecan pie or something. And the gal that was doing my nails, and she said, "Oh, what is that? What is that?" She kept pointing to my. I said, "It's ink. Don't worry about it. It's fine." She thought it was a bruise or something that she'd hurt me. But yeah, inky fingers. And then she tried to get it off with some acetone, and I said, "It's color-based ink, but it's not going to come off until I wash dishes or take a shower." And for some reason, that's just true. Okay. What do we have next? So next we've got, what they want you to do is put strips of adhesive on the back of this panel here. And then we're going to do the same thing with this piece. Okay, so here we go. So we need the card base. And I'm going to start to choke. I need a sip of water. Okay, so we are going to take the adhesive that they've provided. We're going to put that, they tell you to put 4 strips. Okay, so we're going to grab 4 of them. They usually give you more than is required, so if you want to go a little heavier on the strips, you could. But for now, I'm just going to follow the rules. So stick those on there, and then that's going to go right down on top of here. So just take the back off the adhesive. And center that and press down. Oh, so pretty. Then we're going to take this according to the instructions. It looks like that gets popped up also. Yeah, we're going to do it. So we're going to put another strip here, and you're going to have to cut it. I just tear it with my fingernail, although I didn't tear well, because now I got this hanging over. So that's popped up, and you're going to put this in the upper third. So you can even look at the picture and see that just the center of that flower is poking out just a tad. And if you are unsure about positioning it, you can just look at the photo and see whereabouts. There. So see that little center's poking out just a bit, just like it is here. So, okay, so that's next. Looks like we put a piece of adhesive. Oh, they want you to put more adhesive on the back of the sentiment strip and then cut the twine to be 10 inches. And then we're going to make a little swooshy loop. So do they have a ruler here? Yeah, they do. So they include on the printed instructions a ruler. So you don't even have to have your own ruler with these kits. So we're going to go 0 to 9. Is that right? Yeah. So we're going to eyeball it and go, okay. So this is 9 inches. And we're just going to add another inch, like so, to make it 10 inches. And grab your ribbon scissors. If you don't have ribbon scissors, that's fine too. So now we have 10 inches. And we're going to put another piece of adhesive in the center. Like that. Save that other piece. Just stick it back on your piece and you can use it for the next time you need adhesive. And so the way that they're doing the swoopy bow is you're basically just laying it across like that, making a loop. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. So you lay it across there, make a loop, and come back and make another loop. So kind of like this. And you can pick it up. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of swirly things, but I'm just following directions. Okay, so now we've got our little loopy-loops. And it wants us to put it right down so that the green under the green strip is peeking out under the loop. So we'll just center this. Like so. And then you can kind of play around with there. Okay. Sending lots of hugs. And then on the inside, you could stamp your inside sentiment. I'm going to take a bone folder and just crease that nicely, nice and crisp. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use the edge of your stamp clear block and just do that, and that will work good also. So for the inside, if we want to jack it up a little bit more, we could nobody gets me like you get me. You can do hard things. I'm always here for you no matter what. Okay, so let's do that one. Sending lots of hugs, because that seems like it could go with that. And again, I'm going to put my sentiment on my block sideways. Then, before I do that though, I think I want to put a little flower in the background, but I want to stamp it off. So I'm going to grab just another block I have sitting here. And we're going to put a little flower behind it. Even though that's not what the directions say, I'm just going to go for it. So we're going to stamp it off once. I wonder if it needs 3 times. Yeah. So we're going to stamp it off twice. So one time, a second time, and then we're going to just put this right in the center. Very faint. Then we're going to put the sentiment full strength. And I'm going to test it because it's a brand new. Yeah. I like it. And then I'm just going to put this right over the top. So there. It's a cute little way to finish it off on the inside. Yeah, really cute. Really pretty. I love this print. I'm always here for you no matter what. And don't get it inky like I just did. Look at that. Because I had my ink pad right there. That's all right. My girlfriend will not care if I send this to her. Okay, so there's the first design. Let's work on the second design. I'm going to close this so I don't get more ink everywhere. And one thing you could keep nearby, if you have baby wipes or, little disinfectant wipes, this is what I keep at my desk. When I do get inky, even though it doesn't look like it comes off, you could still transfer it onto your project. So if you're getting inky a lot, just kind of make sure you keep your hands clean. Okay, second project is also very pretty. So what we need is this piece. We need this card base. And I'm going to score it like that. Then we need a sentiment. Oh, and they're going to make me do the swoopy bow thing again. Okay, so for the stamping on this, it looks like we're going to use 3 different stamps plus a sentiment. So we're going to use 3 of the little 2 florals and the leaves. And we're going to ink up everything on the image. So I've already got this on my block, so let's start with that one. And I believe it's full strength, so yeah. So we're going to go hover, get down as close to the paper without touching it, and line up, and then bam, go in for it. So there's that, and then this one we rotate a little bit. I'm not standing directly over it, so that's pretty good. So clean our block. And then we're going to put this back. And then we're going to put this back. We're going to grab this one. Let's go back to using the block we're supposed to be using. So put this on our block. And then ink that up, and they want us to do these little petals or leaves. Oops, that was a little off. I'm going to pull it forward so I don't do that again. There. So that's done. Now, if you were doing the entire kit, you could do these assembly line and just do them all of these panels at once, do all the sentiments at once, and then cut all the ribbon and just have a little assembly line going if you wanted to crank them out. Okay, this is a cute little floral piece here. That one's a little harder to line up because it's so small, but if you go slow, take your time, and get right over the top of it. Oops. Something just went crashing off my desk. There. So that's done with that part. Now we need the sentiment, and what they're saying is forever friends. Which is this guy right here. Test it. Yep. Like so. I just got a bunch of Mother's Day cards out in the mail today, and I sent them from I think it was the March Paper Pumpkin kit, with the terrarium kind of thing. If you guys got the Paper Pumpkin kit, it was so pretty, and it cranked it on my Mother's Day cards, and I was like, "Yay, I'm done! That's awesome." Okay, so now we need to put adhesive on everything. So we're going to grab that extra piece that I had lying around. So there's that. And they only want 3 strips on this. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to do 10 inches again. Just going to use my measuring mat right here. And we're going to do our loop-de-loop. See if I can do it different this time. Nope. Didn't work. Stick to what works. Do a little loop. Press it in, come back, and do another loop, and press it in. And then we're going to center this. We've already got the adhesive off. I hate covering up those flowers. Those flowers are so pretty. Then, I thought I had yeah, I did. Then we're going to take this panel and just pop it up on front. Very pretty. I almost want to go get a second. I wonder if you can get refills. That's the thing with the kits. If you can't get refills for the card bases and stuff, you still have the stamp set that you can continue to use, but you'd have to figure out that part. Okay. So here we have our 2 cards. This is called, one more time, the kit for Forever Friends kit. A kit for every occasion. And let me tell you, how much is, I think it's $17. I gotta look that up. $21. $21 gets you your stamp set, all your adhesives, your twine, a clear block, your ink spot, and enough to make 8 cards with 8 envelopes, coordinating envelopes. So really a great value and an awesome kit for somebody that's just starting, or even if you wanted to, you know, jazz these up even more. Like I could totally see putting a Calypso coral layering piece behind this top border, or throwing in some gems if you have gems on hand. Things like that. You could put a border around this one. You could scallop the edge. There's all kinds of things you could do to jazz these up if you wanted to just make some different, not all have them be all the same. So yeah, I'm not going to do a giveaway on this one just because I'm not going to be home in order to follow up on it. So I will resume the giveaways again in July when I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed my time or your time with me today. If you, like I said, if you need a catalog, give me a shout. I will try to get that in the mail to you, but let me know soon because, like I said, I am leaving soon and I'll be gone for about 4 weeks. And then I will see you all when I get back. Hope you have a great Mother's Day out there for all of you mothers out there, and enjoy. Talk to you soon. Bye.